Yeah, so I was thinking at the beginning, that was kind of stupid. I mean, should I have done that? I don't know. I'm kind of regretting it now, but... It's me, Luigi! How's it going? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that crap. I mean, when I started doing that, like, Italian accent in Spanish, that got really stupid. So, you know, I'm not going to put you guys through that again. But this week, on Learning with Luigi, even though we don't always have a weekly episode, we're focusing on how to be the ultimate Pokemon trainer. Pokemon master, if you will. So, you know, it's kind of broad, but I'm going to help you focus this. So let's go, let's find them. Now, there's many Pokemon, but for the easiness for you people, I'm just going to focus on the 150, the pure original Pokemon, because there's a bunch of purists out there who just think, oh, the only Pokemon that exists are the first 150. It makes sense that there's more Pokemon, they go discover more Pokemon, because there are only so many animals in the world. No, have you ever heard of the Amazon rainforest? They're discovering new species of animals there every single day, okay? So, why would they discover new Pokemon? Why can't there be another evolution of Lickitung or Tangela or Magmar? Even if they look kind of stupid, it makes sense that they find them. I mean, humans evolved. I mean, do we come from monkeys? I'm not going to get into that religion stuff right here, so that's up to you to decide. But right now, we're talking about Pokemon. Oh, hello again. And as I said, we have to narrow down the many possibilities, the endless combinations of Pokemon teams you can have. And now, the first step is to eliminate unnecessary types. And out of the 15 basic Pokemon types from the first games, there are 7 you can automatically remove. The first one being Ghost. You know, Ghost Pokemon are kinda cool, and Gengar can learn Thunder for some reason, which pisses me off in Pokemon Stadium, but there's really no point, because there's so many Pokemon that can still hurt them, and they have very weak defense usually, and they can be removed quickly, especially if they have a Psychic type. Second is Fighting. What is Fighting good against? Psychic and Normal. Don't quote me on Psychic. I don't think it's powerful against it. And then if they have a Psychic Pokemon, they can just destroy them, and then Fighting is good against Normal, and as you can find out, you're not supposed to use Normal. The third one, Normal. Don't use Normal. What's the point? What are they good against? They're actually good against nothing. Oh, they can maybe learn a couple moves. Like, they can learn, like, any type of moves, but they're not powerful with them because they don't have good special attack. Now, this might be going over your head for some of you people, but this is important stuff. Okay? I mean, you know, you might like Snorlax. He's kind of cool. He's a fat guy that sleeps all the time. You're like, oh my god, I caught Snorlax. Ash did that in the Pokemon game and the TV show. No, it doesn't matter. Snorlax sucks, okay? Next, Rock Pokemon. Who uses Rock Pokemon? Frickin' noobs, that's who. Gunnar Botcher be using Rock Pokemon. He's saying he loves the Onix and the Golems. You know, they might be cool for a 5-year-old, but they suck. Okay? Everybody's got a Water Pokemon or a Grass Pokemon. They better be picking Venusaur or, you know, well, they better end up with Venusaur or Blastoise, but they don't go with Charizard. You know, maybe you like holographic Charizard or Charizard's your favorite, but no, he sucks. Because as I'm going to say now, there's no need for fire Pokemon. What's the point? They're good against grass? Get a freaking flying Pokemon, and it's better than that. And what else? Oh, ice? Guess what? Don't use ice. Ice sucks. Oh, what is it good against Dragon? You know how many Dragon types there are in the first game? There's one. There's one series evolution. Dragonair. Before that, Dragonite. Dratini. That's not the right order. But you know who uses them? Like one person in the game. Lance. Okay, big whoop. Maybe raise Lapras. What's the point? You're going to be in a versus battle. You're going to get your butt whooped by, like, freaking electric Pokemon, because Lapras is double typed. You just got owned right there. Next, Bug Pokemon. You're just a freaking idiot, okay? Flying types, fire types, don't use fire, but you can take out Bug Pokemon. Everything, they suck, okay? Next one, Poison. Poison is probably the single most worthless type in the game. Because everybody's got a Psychic Pokemon, or some other Pokemon that can easily take them out, because Poison is weak against Psychic. You want to know why Team Rocket lost every single time in the TV show? It's because they had 2 Poison Pokemon, Weezing and Arbok. Forget Meowth, he didn't do anything, he was just comic relief, but those 2 Pokemon suck, and that's the single reason why they got eliminated every single time and flew up in the air. Team Rocket's blasting off again. Poison Pokemon sucks. Rule number 1 in Pokemon, don't use Rule number 2 in Pokemon, don't use poison. Rule number 1, always name your rival a funny name, like Butthead. Now that we've eliminated the unnecessary types, the next step is lining out the necessary types. Well, out of the 7 that are left, you can only pick 6. The necessary types and different examples of Pokemon you could take. The first necessary type is water. Water is good against fire, it's good against rock, it's good against ground, and they're just good Pokemon. Now there's many different options you can go with. You can go with Vaporeon, Poliwrath, Starmie, but I'd say the best 2 you can go with in the first game are with the starters. Start with Squirtle, you eventually end with Blastoise, very good Pokemon, or Gyarados, everybody's favorite water Pokemon. You just gotta work through the Magikarp phase if you know what I'm saying. Now electric Pokemon is the next necessary type that I feel. And there's many electric Pokemon in the game, but they aren't good. Screw Pikachu, he's not a good Pokemon. Even if you level him up to Raichu, but you know, you shouldn't level up because Ash never leveled up and Pikachu's beating Onix. No. Pikachu sucks. There's one electric Pokemon you should go with, and that is Jolteon. Jolteon is fast, he's good, he's sexy, and he can learn Pin Missile or Double Kick, which can take out other types of Pokemon like Psychic. Next, grass Pokemon. Now this can be interchangeable with water because grass and water have many of the same strengths, except grass is good against water Pokemon along with ground and rock. Now good grass Pokemon, again, you start with Bulbasaur, you end up with Venusaur. He's very good. Some other ones, Tangela. Tangela, pure grass Pokemon, still to this day, even with new Pokemon, considered one of the best grass Pokemon because of its pure grass powers. Next, ground. Now this can be a little arguable, but I always go with ground because, I mean, ground Pokemon are good, but I mean, they kind of go the same route as, you know, rock Pokemon, but they're better. And the one Pokemon you should go with, well, there's multiple, but I always go with Dugtrio. You could also go with Rhydon. Both are good Pokemon. Dugtrio is good. You learn Earthquake, you learn Dig, you learn Fissure. You're going to be tearing the whole place apart if you know what I'm saying. Now, next, Flying. Another debatable one, but I feel that you always need to have a flyer with you because, I mean, you need to fly and then, you know, get a good flying Pokemon. And in this case, there's many because you could get pure, like Pidgeot, which is probably the one most people would go with. Or you can go with one of the double-type legendary birds like Moltres, Articuno, or Zapdos. Now these are a little shakier because they do have the double-type weaknesses, so Pidgeot might be a good choice here. Second to last is Psychic. Psychic, while maybe having slow special defense and defense, most Psychic Pokemon are extremely fast and extremely powerful. Now, cut out Drowsy and Hypno, there's really not much left besides Kadabra, Alakazam, and his starting form, Abra. And you have to go with Alakazam. Despite that you need a trade to get him, he is the best, and with his speed, he can knock out people with one Psychic before they can attack him. But if he doesn't kill somebody first, he may get killed in one hit. But that doesn't happen too often because Alakazam is just that good. And finally, Dragon type. Dragons are hardly weak against anything, and the same goes for Dragonite. He's pretty much only weak against ice and rock. And if you follow my rules of logic, nobody's going to use those, so you're fine. So go with Dragonite. He's the only choice for Dragon Pokemon in the original games. Now there's one last essential thing, very essential, you need to remember, and that is Rule 3, coming after the first one, name your rival a funny name, like Butthead, or the second one, don't use poison Pokemon. The third one is avoid HMs. HMs by I mean hidden moves that you get to travel around like Strength, Flying, Surf, Cut. You should avoid these, especially Strength and Cut, because these moves are normal moves and they're not very effective, especially when you can replace them by a much stronger version of them, like Slash, that is much more powerful. However, Surf and Flying are exceptions when it comes to hidden moves because both of them are very good. Surf in particular, when paired with the water Pokemon or a flying Pokemon. So, those, it's okay. But in my opinion, I think Surf is better than Hydro Pump because while it may not be as powerful, it is much more reliable and much more accurate.
So remember, don't use any Pokemon types other than Dragon, Flying, Ground, Grass, Water, Psychic, or Electric. Also, try to avoid teaching HMs to your main party Pokemon. And always, always name your rival a funny name, like Butthead. With these guidelines, you are sure to be a Pokemon master.